Hi guys, oh my god, my hair looks a mess right now. I just removed a wig and I want to reinstall another wig. I had to wash this wig because I went in the water with it and I couldn't wear it again. I had to wash it, and then now I will be reinstalling it with you guys. I just want to mention a few things I feel like a lot of people don't realize. When you glue down your wigs, especially your customized wigs which are plucked in front, sometimes you have to cut the excess, like a bit of lace in front, because you may notice a bit of balding, which is quite normal, guys. And also you need to be like a bit careful on your lace. You need to try and not wait for the glue to actually dry completely before you paste it down, so that you can prevent balding on your lace wig. And also when you are washing it, you don't want the conditioner to seep through the knots, because that can also cause some balding. Okay, so first things first, I think I'm just gonna straighten this wig. It's just after, this is like how it looks right after washing. And allowing it to air dry. I air dry my wigs because I try my best to save my wigs, guys. I don't like using a lot of heat on the wigs, so that I can have them for a very long time. Okay, so I'm just gonna try and clean off the previous glue from the other install before I get started. It's very important that you start off on a very clean surface. So I'm using a lace remover. Sorry, I was actually supposed to do it like this. And then just pat it on the glue. So you just want it to get on the glue. And then let it stay a little bit, and then you're gonna wipe it off. So a lot of people, especially in South Africa, are getting used to like wig installs, and I feel like they are not really informed in terms of when you do wig installs on your, especially lace installs, your wigs or your lace will not last you as long because of the glue. Yeah, so just know that if you install your wigs, your lace is going to bald over time. You may have to replace it, or you have to have it ventilated. So one of the services that I am providing for my returning clients is a free ventilation when they bring their wigs in for a treatment. Okay, so I'm just gonna let it sit for a while, and then I'm gonna wipe it off, and then I'll come back and then I will show you guys my method for installing. Okay, so I'm just gonna try and wipe it off and make sure that it's completely clean. To clean off your glue, you can also use witch hazel or a rubbing alcohol. They work just the same. Okay, so I'm gonna get a wig cap. I like to add a wig cap on my installs. Even though this is a closure install, I still like to add my wig cap because I realize it actually makes it look more natural when you do it like that. So when you put on your stocking cap, you want to make sure that it's pulled as much as possible. Okay, so you want to try and pull it from the back if you can, but because of my lashes I won't be able to pull it over my eyes, but if you can do that. So I'm just gonna use this Glamor RR to glue it down. I like my install to be around here. As you can see, my hairline is a bit to the back. So that's the nice things about lace installs. You can actually create your own hairline. If you want it to be a bit forward, it can be a bit forward. So big ups for that. So first things first, you want to cut. Okay, I don't need to really need to cut my ear tabs because I'm not doing a ear to ear install. I'm just going to glue it down around here, so I don't really need to do my ear tabs. So first things first, you want it to be as close as possible when you spray it down so that it doesn't make a mess. So just spray down the area that you want to do. So I'm just gonna quickly, okay, then I'm just gonna so even if you do it over, like a bit over like that over there, it doesn't really matter because when it dries you can just peel it back a little bit. So I'm just gonna do that, and then I'm just gonna sew it around just the area that I need for the lace closure. It's a 4x4, so I'm just gonna sew it around like that. I'm gonna eyeball it, nothing fancy, but yeah. Okay, so I am done sewing just the perimeter where the lace closure will be showing, and the first layer is a bit dry, so I'm gonna do a second layer. So another thing I forgot to mention is that when you reinstall your wig, when you take off your install and put it back again, remember to oil your scalp. It's very important because you may not have the chance to oil your scalp while you have your install, so that is very important. So I'm just gonna let it air dry a little bit. Don't do what I'm doing, but just trying to make it not too tacky. So while I'm waiting for it to air dry, I want to start prepping my wig for the install. I like straightening my wig on a mannequin head instead of my hair, because I feel like it's harder to install when the hair is already on your head. So it's harder to style it while it's already on your head. So I'm gonna do that right now. I want to just quickly mention, so after you wash your wig, you want to make sure that you apply some argan oil on the hair, and you also want to apply the serum as well as your heat protection spray while you straighten the hair. So each and every section you're going to spray this. You're going to apply this all over the hair, the argan oil and the serum, and then you're going to spray this section by section as you straighten the hair. So this is going to help protect your hair from damage. It's very important. I got this one at Discam. I normally use a different brand from my hair supplier, but I'm kind of out at the moment. But this is one of the best heat protection sprays that I've ever used. So if you do have the time, after applying the argan oil and salt serum, do blow dry your hair if you do have the time. It will add a bit of extra silkiness to your hair. So I just finished applying the oils all over the hair. It also helps the oils to distribute evenly on the hair when you blow dry it. So I just finished blow drying the hair, and this is what it looks like. I still need to straighten it because I like my straight wigs bone straight. You can actually wear it like this. It's still very nice, but I'm gonna go ahead and straighten it and then come back. Actually, let me fix this before I go back. So I'm just gonna cut this off because it is like dry. Maybe should I add another layer? I don't know. No, it's perfectly fine. So see what I mean when I say even if you go over it, you can still peel it like this, so it's not a train smash. So I'm just gonna try and lift it up just a little bit. So I'll start cutting around. Okay. So you just want to make sure your hairline makes sense when you're peeling it off. Okay, that's where I like my... So the scissor is the best. You must get the slanted one. It's from Sorbet, and then it's really great for cutting off excess lace as well as your bald cap. So I'm just cutting like that, you can see. Just be careful with your hair when you are cutting. I've cut my hair, like especially on this side, many times, but it's gonna grow back, so it's not a train smash, and I'm gonna hide it anyway. So that is how far we've gone that side. Just gonna cut like that. Then I'm just gonna cut along the hairline. You wanna do this as close as possible. This is gonna be my New Year's hair, guys. Today is the 28? 29. Oh, today is the 29th of December. So I'm probably gonna have this hair for a while. Even for the first, obviously I will be maintaining it in between. So now that I'm done cutting off, I'm just going to add some foundation, and then I'm gonna continue straightening the wig. So I am going to be using this foundation, and then I'm just gonna be applying it on that. So don't just apply the foundation on the brush, just apply it on a surface, and then do like you are painting it on the cap. So then you wanna like do that. I feel like that's the best way to apply it. And then you wanna just brush it all over this part. I like to do it all over the area in case I decide to change the parting to a side part, just to be safe. So as you can see, I'm just brushing it all over until you feel like the belt cap is like near your skin tone, or it's like exactly like your skin tone. That is the whole point of this. So I'm just gonna keep a little bit for the lace. Don't forget to tint the lace also of the wig. It's gonna give you a nice flawless install. Okay, so I am done with that, and then I'm gonna continue straightening the wig. Okay, so I just finished straightening the wig. As you can see, it's nice and silky and flowy. So now I'm just going to mold the top part. I like to mold the top part before I install it, instead of doing it on my head. So molding is basically just if you want it to be a middle part, making it into a middle part, and I'll come back when I'm done. So I've just finished molding my lace. As you can see, it's molded. As you can see, it's a little bit over bleached here. I just want to show you guys a quick tip when you have over bleached your lace. So I have the spray over here. It's a root don't know, root something. And then you're just gonna take, especially if you're doing a middle part, so you're just gonna take this. I'm just gonna put the comb on that straight line over there, and then you're just gonna spray from afar. So this just, oh, it's actually not the same color, but not a train smash. So it just helps to sort of like conceal that straight part over there to make it more neat and less over bleached. Okay, so I'm just gonna brush it like that, and then I'm done. And then this is the wig, and then now I'm going to start installing the wig. So I will be using a ghost bond. Just look at that. Okay. So I will be using a ghost bond to install the wig because I wanted to stay for a couple of days. Yeah. Okay, so when you're applying your glue, you want to put it on a surface. You just don't want to put it there and then start applying it. It's best to do it this way. So I'm just going to use the same one that I used for the foundation. Just going to apply a little bit. Make sure the back of your Racktail comb is always clean when you apply. Okay, if it's not clean, it's going to have a messy application. Okay, so you just want to take a little bit, and then you want to use a very light hand when applying, like that. Make sure that it is not like caked up. So you want to go over it. If you feel like it's a bit caked up, then you want to go over it. So I'm just applying a little bit on the cap and a little bit just on the skin. Nothing hectic. So I am going to do 3 layers because I want this to stick and I want it to stay like really for a very long time. I'm gonna keep it for a week or 2 if possible. So obviously when you do a wig install, you need to freshen up your wig, guys. So when you wake up in the morning, you look at the state of your wig and then you see what needs to be fixed. If you see that some parts of the lace are lifting, you wanna like go over those parts with a holding spray or some glue, and also like apply some oils like your argan oil on the hair. So I'm just gonna let it air dry. So while I allow it to air dry, I'm just going to tint the lace of my wig. My lashes, guys, I did these lashes like about a week ago, but they're already so bad. But I'm getting them filled tomorrow. So yeah, so I'm just gonna take this off and then I'm going to show you guys how I tint the lace. So I'm just gonna put some foundation on the brush, and then I'm going to apply it. The most important part is the front part of the lace and the middle part where the where the lace is showing. So you want to just do that gently. It's very important to tint your lace, guys, if you want a flawless install. But if you are light skinned, I realize that most people are light skinned, the lace blends much better. But if you are dark skinned like me, then you definitely must not skip this part if you want that flawless finish on your wig. So I'm just applying it lightly. Okay, and then my glue is almost drying up a bit, but I'm just going to blow dry it just to fasten the process. Okay, so you want to do cold air and then hot air. cold air, hot air, cold hair, hot air. So this is the reason why you need to make sure that when you spread your glue, it's like evenly placed, so that you don't get that, but it's already there. There's nothing we can do about it. So I'm going to do my second layer lightly. You know you're applying it lightly, or the correct way, if it doesn't get stuck on the glue below you, below like the one that you're applying. So just pay attention to that. I think I'm gonna do 2 layers, because I actually need to finish this like now. Okay, so it is not yet completely dry. So how you test your glue if it's ready is when you touch it like this, it should not be like too sticky. So I'm still gonna like wait for it to dry a little bit, and then once it's dry, I'll be back. Usually you need to check that it's clear to know that it's dry. As you can see, it's not completely clear, meaning it's not yet dry. So the glue is now dry. I can start installing the wig. So I usually don't put the elastic when I'm installing, because I feel like it's not necessary, but I can always put it whenever I need to. This wig also can be worn without doing this. I just enjoy doing this because it means it kind of looks like the wig is installed. So you want to make sure that you place it correctly, especially if it's the middle part. Make sure the middle is in the middle. So I'm going to do that, and then I will be just pasting it down. Just gonna use the trap. Okay, so I kind of ran out of space, so it got cut off. So you see those little parts over there that are lifted, so I'm just gonna add a bit of glue there. So the way that you want to add the glue is by adding a little bit, waiting for it to dry, and then pasting it down. So you want to make sure the back of your comb is clean before you do this, otherwise you're gonna make a mess of it. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a bit of glue. You can see those parts that are lifted up. Just gonna take a little bit of glue, and then you're just gonna apply it right under there. That. Just spread it evenly, don't let it cluster. Then I just wanna add just a little bit, and then you're gonna let it dry just a little bit. Then you want to check if every other place is fine. Every other place is fine. It's just those 2 spots. As you can see, this one is already clear. So you can just like that. I'm just gonna wait a little bit for this one. As you can see, there's a bit of white over there. Yeah, I think it's fine. So we're just gonna put it down. So another trick to having like a clean install is to make sure that the hairs are combed all the way to the back whenever you start with your install or whenever you place your install. You don't want those you know, those hairs getting into the glue. It's gonna make your install very messy. Okay, so I usually do this over here just to cover that. So I'm just gonna try and cover that over there like that. Basically that's it, guys. We are done. As you can see, it's nice and melted, but for that extra melt, I am going to use the holding spray. You're just gonna spray it at the back, and then you just want to put it by along the, you know, that line over there. That's if you want a clean install. So like that. I don't like that hot comb in this hot comb. So you just want to do that. I don't like spraying on the hairline sometimes because I feel like it makes a mess. So the reason why we need an elastic, guys, is for that line over there. As you can see, it's very evident, like here bonakala, that there's that demarcation over there. So we will put the lace melt belt for that. So before you put down your elastic, make sure it's completely dry. Very important. That is why sometimes when you put the elastic and when you take it off, it has those white things. It's because you didn't allow it to dry. So I'm going to use the dryer. Dry. So we're going to put the elastic and then let it sit for a while. If you're going to do your makeup, just this is the perfect chance to start doing your makeup. Yeah, and then make sure your elastic is nice and tight. And then I will be back, guys, when I'm done. But can we just take a moment to appreciate how good this hair looks? Like, this is the very first wash. This was a brand new wig, and then I've washed it once, and this is the first time I'm wearing it right after like washing it. Obviously I did straighten it and add some products. Guys, products will help a lot when it comes to your hair, especially your straight hair. If you take care of them very well, it's going to make them stay very nice. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna come back when I'm taking off the elastic and I will show you guys the final look. Okay, we are done. Let us look at the final install. Look at that. Look at that melt, guys. So if you still see, for instance, I can see that the line is still very visible there. This is a part where you're gonna put your spritz, guys. The spritz makes such a huge difference. It's going to melt all those hairs, all that line away. Okay, so I just want to fix up that part over there. So I do use my Tresseme holding spray, and then I'm just gonna hot comb it. So this just helps the style stay that way for long, like it holds the look. Okay, so I like to do it up hot, and then I like to do it like this. so it will give it that scalp like illusion. And you want to, I prefer my wigs to be like flat, so this is how I keep them flat with the hot comb. And then once I feel like everything is nice and set, I'm happy with how it looks, then I will take my tresseme and this is the final look. This is the final look. I did add a bit of spritz just for that extra melt. So basically you just spray it and then you just let it sit, and then it's gonna be fine. This is what we are looking like. If you have watched up to this point, thank you so much, guys. Tell me if you have any other tips and tricks for wig installs. I feel like I am still like getting the hang of it, but I feel like slowly but surely I am getting there. If you have any other tips and tricks, do let me know. If you prefer, you can still like use some foundation over to just give it that extra boost, but I am actually happy with the install. I don't feel like I need to do anything anymore. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.